When you think of the AWP in CSGO, chances are a few names come to mind. There's the cheery, rosy-cheeked chosen one, ZywOo.
Well, they're anticipating banana from the looks of it. Got Gore over here. It's going to be ZywOo that rings out first.
No way.
Second.
He's had enough.
He's going to keep going through it. He doesn't really care, does he?
There's 4 here again. He wants the ball. Get him out of here.
He's the closer.
Into his own hands is ZywOo.
Or maybe you think of the ever-iconic AWP Magician, Kenny S.
Important round right here. They need to go big, and Kenny's gonna go ahead, peek in a second, and he gets the flick on his Hypnix, lightning fast.
It could also be that when you think of the Big Green, you think of its most decorated wielder to date, Big Daddy Device.
Device, who's had a really rough game, flashed, he's gonna get that shot, and that has to feel a little bit going out middle of the air to take down Alex, and now they're pushing. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! He takes every single one!
Or the record-breaking GOAT who makes everything look so simple.
Ooh, simple with the AWP. Got the first one more close up. Oh, of course he has that as well. And at a third. That is spectacular.
But when it comes to what is sometimes considered the crispiest, craziest AWP clinic ever administered on the big stage, it's none of the usual suspects who can claim ownership. It's actually this guy, Noah Nifty Francis, a lesser-known highlight machine who wrote his name into CSGO history by dropping more than 50 frags over the course of a single map at IEM Sydney 2018.
Get the timing there, and now it's again Nifty. Let's see what he can do. Boom! For that rotation to come across, and Nifty keeping them in this map. Will spot out the final player as well in 2 massive rounds. Let's see some more magic, my friend, with that AWP. Chris J goes down. And Nifty is coming up absolutely insane.
So how is it that a relatively lesser-known AWPer ended up putting on one of CSGO's most iconic performances? Why don't we hear more about him these days? And after he put on a show like that, does it even matter that we don't?
Hasn't spotted anyone out just yet, but Oscar will go down. Nifty again. Nifty frags for him.
Alright guys, so before we get into the Nifty 50, I'm gonna ask that you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and, you know, bunny hop your way over to the notifications and enable them. Thank you. I don't have anything, man. I don't know. Okay, so as of today, Nifty is signed to Team Envy, but has been inactive since January of this year. Now, whether or not his CSGO career will take off again is a big question mark at this point. But that just gives him more time to focus on his other loves, like slapping together fresh fits.
So for our listeners, he's wearing a Guess sweater that probably costs
it's a crew neck sweatshirt.
over $200.
And slinging dried meat?
Excuse me?
But we're not here to dissect Nifty's uncertain present. No, we are here to relive his glorious past. Nifty's journey into professional esports actually began at the age of 15, playing Call of Duty, where he first made waves on the scene at UMG Atlanta back in 2013.
Nifty last alive, and I think...
Gotta do it. He's gotta do it.
Nifty could, if Nifty does...
He wins the gunfight. Oh my God, he won the gunfight. Nifty's making his way down. If he caps it, if he's going to lose his bracket, 5 seconds left. No! Let's go! Let's go! Nifty just made the biggest clutch ever.
Despite officially joining Conquer after that event, the team disintegrated just a few short months later. But Nifty rebounded the next year, joining Elevate in a bigger role.
Are you the captain of Elevate officially?
Yes, I am.
I thought so, and you should be.
But it was around that same time that Nifty found his attention and time shifting towards CSGO, citing certain frustrations he had with Activision's series.
Call of Duty's changed from year to year, so it just became a little stale. I kind of lost my love for it.
Eventually, Nifty made the switch to Counter-Strike and spent about a year as part of various small-time CSGO rosters before landing on Selfless Gaming, where he got to step into the spotlight at E-League Season 1.
Nifty, can he go for a quick shot here? He's a bit out in the open, he sees the feet, there's one. Another one would have got the kill, but RPK cancelling the punt for a moment, and nice shot from Nifty.
him just clotheslines Mitch. And oh, Nifty though moves in. He might save this. 1, 2, 3. Looking for the fourth at range. He's gonna get it. And now all of a sudden it's just down to JDM. Nifty, what an incredible play. They're defusing the bomb. It's a full 10-second defuse though. JDM's peeking out. He's trying to get the kill. The body block, but he gets it. And now no! JDM saves it for Team Liquid.
Now, unfortunately for Nifty, Selfless's performance wasn't a particularly memorable one. And after they bombed out of the event in groups, he and his teammates swiftly received the axe. But, luckily for Nifty, a new opportunity presented itself. Down under. Renegades recognized his potential and offered him the chance to become both their primary AWPer and an honorary Australian. And as Nifty told HTC Gaming, he was optimistic about the chance.
I feel like it's definitely like a future, you know, that can set us up for great success. And that's something that I believe in, and I think all of my teammates believe in as well. So we're gonna do very well.
Even though Nifty was technically moving up in the CS world, outside of smaller tournaments like the Asia Minor and the Star Ladder I-League Invitational, Renegades were struggling for consistency. But in spite of the team's, at times, woeful results, Nifty occasionally reminded everyone why Renegades wasn't to be overlooked.
The kill pop up in the feed, but he will have another crack at a shot, and this time he does deliver. Oh, Nifty! That is disgusting, and look where the bombs drop now as well. But he's landed the scout shot. Now this round is back. Oh, Nifty! What the hell was that?
That is not how trigonometry works, to bounce a flash out the doorway, and as such, Nifty has full vision, fires back into Seized. Just gets one onto JKS, but Nifty doubles up on the AWP, and he's got a chance to line up more because he's got perfect position back in the sight. Simple down as well, and Nifty jumps back above. 4 kills for the young man.
Don't leave themselves enough time to get the plant. There we go. First player drop. Nifty ready to take more of a battle. He's still helping it out, but he's dead now. However, Nifty's still distracting, moving in. He's wasting enough time. They're not getting that plant. It's a shot in midair to end it as he takes down Kusta.
Nifty was clearly talented. And while he'd shown it in glimpses, it was at IEM Sydney in 2018 that he would reveal to everyone what he was truly capable of. Now, heading into the event, it was anything but business as usual for Renegades. While expectations weren't very high for them, the fact that they were playing in front of their home crowd gave them an added determination to put on a good showing. And after making it into the playoffs through the lower bracket of their group, they were slotted to face off against Mousesports, an informed team who were heavy favorites to move deeper into the tournament. The first map, Mirage, went basically how you'd expect, with Mouse taking it convincingly 16-7. Map 2 was Inferno, and despite being Renegades' pick, it wasn't going much better than the first.
And Rops will shut down 2. Nifty doing his best shotgun AWP impression, but again, overwhelmed by the numbers of Mousesports, and they are up to 10.
With their backs against the wall and their tournament lives on the line, Renegades needed to change the momentum of the series. They couldn't go out in front of their home crowd with a whimper. They had to go down fighting. And thanks to some tactical mix-ups and excellent teamwork, the Aussie outfit were able to claw their way back into the game.
Well, they do need to stop the rot because Renegades are certainly coming back into this match, and Nifty now taking matters into his own hands will open up onto Rops. Not quite enough though for Jacob to rotate back across to the A bomb site as we have seen previously. So now just 3 players. Oh, the timing shot out from Nifty. That opens things up nicely for the Renegades as it's starting to hit his shots as well. There's 2 players to deal with here though, and Oscar has been dangerous, but Azar is even more as he gets all 3. Massive work.
As frustrated as they were, Mouse weren't going to be vanquished that easily. And after making some adjustments of their own, they reasserted their advantage, putting Renegades on the ropes yet again.
They can't really afford to be losing any more rounds now. All their chances are done. This is the last opportunity for Renegades to come back into this map.
And that, my friends, is when Nifty lost his mind.
Nifty gets a connection onto Chris J and steps up against Oscar as well. Oh, Nifty, he's bringing out the goods in this round. But they must wait for that rotation to come across, and Nifty, the hero right now for the Renegades, keeping them in this map. Will spot out the final player as well, and 2 massive rounds. Still more needed for Ustillo and Nifty now as Rops goes down, and just 1 player left to find. Sticko, he'll drop, that's overtime. Nifty needs to continue his form on here right now. He has been the leader for Renegades in more ways than one.
And the fast banana play from Renegades. Nifty's going to be given the first.
And Nifty opens up onto Stico. They might have just timed themselves out of this round.
And Nifty is continuing to do damage. The molly onto the bomb will seal it. Even if all the kills come through, there is nothing that Now Sports can do.
Spurred on by their American Opera's heroics, Renegades reached deep to force a third overtime. But even with the pressure further mounting, Nifty continued to just put on a clinic.
Both teams have been throwing absolutely everything at each other. And look at this. What on earth? Nifty, wow.
Movement, boy, easy.
Oh my God! And gets the incendiary down as well, denying the trade. On the site, let's see some more magic, my friend, with that orb. Chris J goes down. And Nifty is coming up absolutely insane. Well, Nifty, the man of the moment here for the Renegades, will be the first contact into the B-bomb site. Smoke goes down late though. There's a hole in it. It's really not going to offer much for Nifty to work with. And if he can find an entry here, it would be massive again. This man can do no wrong. Nifty locking down the CT angle. Hasn't spotted anyone out just yet, but Oscar will go down. Nifty again. Nifty frags for him. And it might just be the map 2 versus 1. Jacob and JKS, the 2 players from the B site for Renegades to close it out. Sunny will go out. And Renegades, it's map number 3.
So many overtime, so many rounds. 50 frags from Nifty, but it is enough in the end.
That's right. After the dust had finally settled on this grueling overtime war, it became clear that Nifty had put on an opping performance for the ages, having personally bagged an incredible 51 bodies.
That was well played, I guess, by Nifty. I think he
bloody hell
did pretty good.
That's
the expert analysis for this game.
Is that all you've got? Yanko, perhaps you can give me a little more.
Nifty's a gamer, man.
Isn't he?
What bunny hopping, melon popping, bloodthirsty CSGO deity possessed Nifty in that second half? We'll never know. But what we do know is that in spite of Nifty's heroics on Inferno, Renegades' run at Sydney came to an end on Train. And while it wasn't quite the fairy tale ending the Aussie fans would have wanted, Nifty had dared them to dream.
I just felt unstoppable, you know. But it was a really fun series. Mouse Sports was a great opponent, so I mean, I hope to play on more stages like this. You know, this has been a dream. This is my first like real big stage, so I loved it.
The rounds that Renegades won, his statistics are perhaps the craziest I've ever seen. 43 kills to 5 deaths. I'll keep going. 152 ADR, 15 multi-kills and 8 opening kills in the rounds they won on that map. We wouldn't have got to see that Train. We wouldn't have got to see that overtime if it wasn't for that dude on that stage.
Nifty, who now had a taste of the big time, continued to grace us with the occasional nutty play here and there. But after a few disappointing team performances that followed IEM Sydney, Nifty returned back home and joined the newly minted North American Team Envy. Now, at first, he was off to a great start, and his Sydney Frag Fest, now known as the Nifty 50, was bringing him legions of adoring fans.
People will never forget how you made them feel. So when it comes to like fans and engagements and interactions like that, it's like that's something that I just love because I know how excited they are to like, you know, meet me, you know, and it's like I want to fulfill that excitement and make sure that they do remember that interaction because any of these people could be something crazy like one day, you know, they could be a player themselves.
But after a bit of Twitter drama with other NA rosters and some inconsistent performances,
OC, he's gonna have to just get that bomb and try to prioritize plant. He's gonna stick this. Nifty's going in for the knife, but he's flashed. That's a team flash. Now the no scope. Oh, one shot and the second kill is his.
Nifty found himself on Envy's bench, which he's been warming since January of this year. It's hard to say where Nifty's CSGO career can go from here. But like I said earlier, this isn't a sad story of what could have been. No, we're here to celebrate an achievement. A display of skill so beyond the realm of normal pro play that it continues to stand as one of the greatest individual map performances in CSGO history. And even if Nifty never does anything else of note in CSGO, we'll always have Sydney. And that one fabled 50.
A lot of people will say that, you know, it's just me like hard carrying the team, but after just about every round, you know, at least 3 of my teammates were like, no, you're owning it, you know, just like keep going. So, you know, without the push from them, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it as many times as I did. So.
Put our hands together. It was a monstrous performance, one of the best of all time. The whole team were amazing for Nifty and the rest of the Renegades. What a guy, Alex. What a guy.
It's like if you're a real league tryhard, you're like, what's it called? MSI. You know, like that matters, right? Like, but it's just shitty that you wait 1 calendar year for one League of Legends tournament that matters. And it takes 16 weeks to unfold, and it results in some Western team crying as they get 3-0'd by Koreans.